me and the team, those are the typically the big ones, the Tour and the Vuelta.
So no Giro.
No. Hopefully another year.
To get the
It's good weather.
5 Grand Tours on the road there for a while.
Yeah. We'll see.
What were the personal kind of highlights for you coming into this season? What were the big kind of ambitions you have?
Yeah, I think just to be at a good level. Particularly those two races. I'm not racing too much in the spring, but whenever you line up at a race, you want to be good and feel like you're as prepared as possible. I know realistically for the spring, that's always a time of the year where I'm not always at my best, but just more use it as a building block for the summer races.
How did you come out of last season? I know it was a rough year for you, kind of health issues and stuff. How did you come out of into this past season?
I finished straight after the Vuelta. Didn't take too much time off really compared to the year before, let's say. More or less just got back into training. Nothing special, but just being consistent on the bike and building up a better base than I had in 24, which is what I was missing a bit at the beginning of the year.
You had so many dinners after winning the Vuelta. Was that really kind of disrupted a little bit? Or?
No, it wasn't too bad, but I mean, you always go here, you go there, and then by the time you're ready to start training again, then there's something else. So there's always a time where you need to just switch on a bit more.
How would you kind of characterize your season last year? Things didn't go as well as you thought?
Yeah, no, I mean it wasn't the best season for me, but until then I'd always had pretty good years. Never any bad luck or sicknesses, so it was really the first season that I had any setbacks, and that also shows sometimes. I was happy to win at least one race, and it's never easy to win a race. So I can be happy with that, and be happy to be there in at least one of my main goals. And I think overall it was just a shame to miss the tour and everything that comes with that. But not every year is perfect. Not every year is an upward trajectory. So just have to roll with let's say bad luck or normal setbacks when they happen.
How did you deal with that on kind of a professional, personal level? Was it, like you said, it didn't really happen before? Was it something that was hard for you, or?
Yeah, well, definitely. I mean, I think as a cyclist, you always need a certain level of confidence based on what you've done in the past. And then the training is one thing, but then when the results are what your expectations are, and if it doesn't rise to that, then that's always difficult. But I think that's normal for any athlete to have to bounce back from that. And for me, there was no disaster or anything. I knew that it's always hard to be at your top level, or once you're there, it's hard to stay there. So all normal things.
Have you made any sponsor changes going back into 2025?
Oh, nothing apart from, like I said earlier, just trying to have a better base under me going into this year. Just more consistent training.
It seems like the buzz around here is improvements, getting better. Going back to the tour to win, where do you fit in on all that? Is that when you get back in your spot?
I think it's a role I really like. It's a role that's a lot easier than being let's say a leader in a race. And I think it's a role that I can do quite well and do. Comfortably and enjoy it. So just be in that and have a good feeling coming out of every race.
Will you look to have a leadership role in some races in 2025, or where will that be?
I think for me it just kind of, there are more opportunities that come along the way. So if there's an opportunity there, I'll take it as I have in the past. but yeah, also in the past, whenever I've performed, it's never in a way where it's something that I know up front that I'm the one to perform. So yeah, I think just take every race in stride and see where I can get an opportunity. But yeah, I'm not looking to overtake anybody or anything like that within the team. I mean, we have some super good riders, so I want to help them first and then see what I can get out of it for myself as well.
I think last year at Algarve, like at the start of the season, maybe the first race, we were thinking about Grand Tour leadership, where that could potentially be. Is that a role that you're moving out of now, are you saying, for 2025, or is it again a case of see where
yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, it's a role that I never really have been in aside from the Vuelta last year. But yeah, even the Vuelta in 23, it was never remotely on my radar to be a leader in the Grand Tour, and then yeah, it turned out to be that way. So yeah, I wouldn't say up front that I'm looking for leadership in a Grand Tour. If I'm looking for the opposite, it's just yeah, showing up as my best version of myself, doing my best to help and see what comes from that.
And you think if you have that consistent run that you didn't have last year, you're able to get back to the results-wise maybe, but just in terms of the consistency and level that you had previously?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, I think my level was quite good last year in certain moments, but I just didn't have the consistency at all. So some days it was quite good, other days really far from that. So yeah, just to be more consistent and yeah, I think yeah, stay healthy, have good luck. I think nowadays in cycling, you really need each day, each week to build on itself. Because if you miss a little bit, then it shows immediately in the races, unless you have crazy talents like some guys.
And then at the Tour de France, I mean, how close is that gap going to be this year? Do you think, if everyone's all fair and equal in terms of preparation and no one has any bad luck or crashes?
Yeah, I think it'll be really exciting. I think you know, I think Jonas can take a lot of confidence from last year's tour, coming there with less than ideal prep and already doing really amazing performances. And yeah, we know how good Pogacar is and the other guys, but yeah, I think Jonas is really focused on doing his best, and yeah, as a team we're focused on seeing what we can do differently, or seeing how we can do better in the things that we already do well. But yeah, you don't have to reinvent too many things. Just focus on being there, being consistent, and having fun together and having the right motivation.
Do you think having that extra climber on board with Simon Yates joining the team, that gives you a bit more of maybe an edge in one department?
Yeah,
over
definitely.
UAE?
Yeah. No, I think you know, to make the difference now in the mountains, you need riders like him that can really accelerate at the right moments. You know, you don't make such of a difference by just riding, let's say, a hard pace. You need the right guys at the right moments, because the level now is so high across the board. So you need really, I would say, specific riders for specific moments.
You started off very strong last year. You had a great result, I remember, at Jaén. Are you planning to have a similarly hit the ground running start, or do you think you might kind of ease your way in to kind of keep strong for later on, with the Tour and the Vuelta being your big goals?
Yeah, I mean, it's always good to already be at a good level in the spring and even build off that. But I think this year it's been a longer build up, but a slower build up. Last year it was a bit shorter, but more intensive already in the beginning. So I was in the first races I already felt quite good last year, but then it kind of tapered off later. So just have to go to the first races without any expectations, see how it is, and yeah, no, the focus is always there for the summer. But of course, yeah, you also want to do well in the spring when it's possible.
Do you have any thoughts about the Worlds? I mean, it's like a very kind of like hilly, lots of altitude. It kind of like,
Yeah.
for climbers, it's a bit of a sort of an exceptional opportunity this autumn, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think there's a lot of climbing overall, but not so many long climbs. But when it's spread out over, I don't know, 200 something kilometers, then it all adds up. And for sure, it's a unique area, unique part of the world, and that's something nice to be able to enjoy. But I just have to see what things are like at that point in the year.
The victory at the Vuelta put you in a position in which you became a star of the sport. Whereas today in the team presentation, you weren't showcased with a bow etc. Do you feel more comfortable being out of that spotlight?
Yeah, I mean, it's more comfortable for sure. I mean, there's less expectations from the outside on you. I mean, for myself, I always have the same expectation or motivation regardless. But for the kind of person I am, I'd rather be more out of the spotlight. It makes it easier for sure. I think for guys like Jonas and Wout, it's not easy having that constant pressure or attention. But different people handle it differently.
Do you think that this pressure affected you this year?
No, I don't. It's hard to say how it affected me. For sure, it was something new, totally different, and it's going into it. It's easy to say, oh, it won't affect me, but I think for every rider it does, and it's just a matter of experience and also knowing yourself better and how you can deal with it.
So what will be your program? Where do you actually start this year? Do you know?
I start in Jaén.
Jaén?
Yeah,
Again, right.
And then later do Algarve, Catalunya, Itzulia, and then the normal build up for the tour and everything.
Are you looking forward to racing in Jaén? What was the experience like?